So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he? And a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert on the screen. This is Eckler. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain there of 12 yards at a 1st down L.A.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on 4th down last year, and they're going here. On 4th down, Herbert. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Here are the starters defensively for the Chargers. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but pretty nice effort.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Complete to Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So out come the Chargers. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, Sam off. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon.
42's the mic, boys, 42. 42.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. X3, 218, chop it. Mike 42. I got you.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert flushed out right. Caught by Allen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Third pass, offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
Got it. Watch the pass.
Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert able to find Isabella. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
when you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now a toss play to Eckler. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Check, 42's the mic.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. We remind you that coming up later tonight, we've got a good AFC battle in Baltimore. The Super Bowl champs, New England, in town to take on the Ravens. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Giants from MetLife Stadium to wrap up this first weekend in November. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, this one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 36. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's get off the field.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Funchess has it complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 46 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. Allen, the intended receiver. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammate's going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's caught by Funchess. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rodgers going to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And Lewis has it, the tight end. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin across the Atlantic at venerable Wembley Stadium in London, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Deshaun Watson, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Ben Roethlisberger leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. 10-7, your final. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Go now. Leo. 10-2 stop. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Gone.
Check 37.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And that's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. It's Eckler again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Read. Watch the run. Good side, baby. That's baby side.
Check 91. 91 is the mic. Be different.
To throw on third down. Herbert. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on third down. And he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year, he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. Here is Eckler. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Get it.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Back to throw. Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 91. 91 is the hurry up.
Looking to throw. Herbert. He's got a man. It's Williams. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Down. 60 outlaw. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 Recon. 132 fighter. Max 42. Max 42. And let's go.
Throwing on third and long. Herbert finding room to the 20 and caught by Henry. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. Look at me. Score, score. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They come out here in the eye.
Not today. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Hard, hard.
On 2nd down, Freeman. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. The Chargers on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Badgley on for the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A nice pickup there, 19 yards, and they're set up better for third. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now this one complete on the slant route. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defense...
Rogers pass complete to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Green Bay. Mason Crosby.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Crosby with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Well, the drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Back to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. Funchess with a catch over the middle. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Important extra point up and through, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Bang, 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 bang. Wide, get wide. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Check nine.
Now a toss, running left, Eckler. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Watch the run. Shoot.
Ready?
Back to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? He's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it. So what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy. Because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There was some trust in there. There's also some hope.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Strip that ball. Watch twist.
Rock it.
Hey, watch it. Hey, switch gears. Jack.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, Jet Mike.
On the ground, it's Eckler. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 20-17, 65 seconds remaining. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He's back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Rap. Shit. Look at me. Go. Go.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a boot, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the home team here, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man. on